this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I am joining you for vision boards. This is April 16th, and we've talked several times this week about different parts of the vision board. Now we're kind of getting to kind of like the really good stuff, the stuff that really needs to go down. So we talked yesterday about kind of some of the barriers that we have and how to get rid of some of those barriers. And now that we've released some of those barriers, or at least started thinking about it, and sometimes thinking about it is the only thing that you really need to do. So from today forward, we're going to be talking about like kind of the next steps. So once you've kind of started thinking about what you want your goal poster to look like, or your vision board, where you want to go with this. And now we need to really think about our timeline. Where do we want to be? What is our timeline, and what do we want this to look like? And I often say the best way to ask yourself these questions are, what is my timeline to accomplish this goal? Or how soon do I want to accomplish this goal? Those questions are different than when do I want to start? Because you always say start, oh, it's really big, or it's overwhelming, or it can be, just, oh my gosh, it's too much to deal with. So it's one of those, if you start asking yourself, what is the timeline of when I want to accomplish this goal? Change that whole energy of that. The other part is, how soon do I want to accomplish it? Not when do I want to start. When do I want to start is kind of like, oh, of course I always want to start it next week, or Monday, or the beginning of the month, or whenever. We're pushing it out, pushing it out, pushing it out. And that's not where we want to go with this. We want to set an end date. When do we want to say, I have accomplished this idea. I've accomplished this. That's what we want to focus on. So setting the end date, whenever that is, when do you want to celebrate? When do you want to celebrate accomplishing this goal? When do you want to say, I have done this? A lot of people say usually end of the month, or end of the year, or whatever else. And I always say that could be pushing it off. So you want to push yourself some, but you don't want to push yourself so much that you're like overwhelmed with it. So you want to find that perfect timeline and allow for life to come in. If you say this is a small goal and I can have this done in 2 weeks, that's great. Maybe give yourself 2 weeks and 2 days. So if something else comes up or something else happens, you've given yourself a little bit of a break to kind of reevaluate, or something else coming up, or something else. I had a client that we were working on some goals, and I said, give yourself a little bit of, she was like, oh, no, I really want to get this started. I really want to move forward with this. And it was a goal that we had set for six months. And when she hit that 6 months mark, she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed by all of this. It's really overwhelming. And that extra week is actually what she really needed to do to finish it, and finish it well, doing everything that she needed to accomplish in that. Finding some mid dates. So if your goal is 6 months away, where should you be in about a month? Where should you be in about 2 months, or 3 months, or 4 months? Kind of those mid-date goals, measurable milestones. I will have XYZ accomplished by this time date frame. I will have this taken care of. I will have this. Now, if you're waiting on someone else, those dates need to be maybe a little bit looser, but you also want to let them know, hey, I'm working on a deadline. I've been working with a client who's starting his own business, and he is an amazing person. And he started his goals, I'm going to say the beginning of February. He decided to do this, and he wanted to pay someone to make his website. And the problem with that, though, is now all this COVID is in there, and things are changing, and he's stuck at home. Well, also the programmer is stuck at home, and they're not able to do his website the way he wanted it done in a timely fashion. So now he's being kind of overwhelmed with what's going on, or how things are coming out for him. And it's like, this is just pushing those timelines out further. So it's one of those, make sure that you give yourself a little bit of a break, but also, are you relying on yourself to do this, or are you relying on someone else? And those dates can change and modify and come in differently if you're waiting on someone else. Make sure that you are adjust only if necessary. If you've already set a hardcore date of, I want this done by September 1, give yourself a little bit of adjustment if necessary. Don't just like, oh, I don't feel like working today, or whatever else. That doesn't always help, and it doesn't always push your goals or where you want to go in this very far. So The other part is invite other people to join in. Maybe they don't have the same goal you do, but maybe they have goals of their own, or maybe they have goals that they want to put down. And then you could go through this whole process that with them. And as you're doing it with them, it can may cement some different ideas for what you want, or how things you what things you want to put on your goalpost, or even do a completely different one with them about some other subject. So if you're doing one on career, you could do one with them on family, or you could do one on something else that's coming up later on. The number one secret about this, and I'm going to tell you a little bitty secret. This is the best secret in the whole wide world. Your passion for what you do, or your goals, are your engine to get there. So when you push yourself to do that email one more time, or to call that person one more time, or to set a goal and hold yourself to that passion for what you're doing is going to get you there. That is your engine to get you to the goal. So many years ago, I was working with a client out of Austin, and he had some big goals, and he was opening up a business up there. And so it was a completely different business, but he took it as, oh, Ruth, the psychic, has told me that this is going to be a success, so I don't need to do anything. So basically, he sat on the sidelines. He didn't do anything. He was just like, oh, Ruth has told me this is going to happen. And it's like, the problem is, though, is when he came to me and he sat in my office and said, this is what I want, he had so much passion. I could see this coming in. But the more he just kind of thought, oh, Ruth told me it's going to happen, so I don't need to do anything. I don't need to push myself. I don't need to make that meeting. I don't need to make it this month. I can make it next month. I don't need to talk to this person today. I can talk to him tomorrow. And he kept pushing it off. So now, instead of having where he should be at now, he's 2 years behind where he should be. So your passion for what your goals are going to get you there. So the more you push in your area of what do you want in your passion, what do you want to accomplish, what do you want to this come out to, that's going to give you the passion, the energy, the engine to drive you to get up in the middle of the night to send them the email, or, oh my gosh, I'm getting up early because I've got to get to that meeting and I've got to learn, or I've got to do this class, whatever it is, it's going to drive your passion for what you do. That is the number one secret that most people don't understand. A lot of times they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll put it off, or I'll do whatever. And it's like, every time you do, it's one of those, you're allowing someone else to generate your lazy part, your sloth part of like, it's not a big deal. I can deal with this later, or I can do this another time. I will tell you that that's something that everybody deals with. And if you pick your passion, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get to your goals. That doesn't mean not doing family events or anything else. That's what you should accommodate for. That's what your schedule is for, is to accommodate those family sessions, or doing dinner with your family, or whatever it is. So you should accommodate for those when you first start scheduling it. It's one of those, in my family, we have a wedding coming up, and that has kind of triggered everything else and moved my goals around to accommodate that function. We've also, or vacations or whatever it is, thinking about those ahead of time. It's like, most likely we're going to go do something in the fall, and I don't want to be worried while I'm gone on vacation that I'm not sending the things I need to be doing, or taking care of the things that I should be taking care of. And let me push that off even further. It's one of those, hold those goals, but make sure you're adjusting your timeline at the beginning for things that are going to come up. Okay. Does anybody have any questions, any comments, anything that you've had problems with? I haven't heard so many problems lately. Anybody having any problems? So far, we've been doing really well. Hopefully your goal posters are looking really nice. I'm going to show you what my goal poster looks like tomorrow. We'll be talking about some other things, and then I will see you Thursday night live. I will see you tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. At that time, I will be answering any questions you have on any subject you have. I will be answering everything. I am looking forward to seeing you. Any goals to help addicts? I would say addicts come in with, they're really the ones that need hardcore goals that don't move. Because that's one of the things is addicts come in with energy that is really, they don't want to do things or they don't want to feel things. That's why addicts become addicts. Addicts, alcoholics or drug addicts or anything else are taking those medications or those drugs to calm things out so they don't feel as much. And when you have those, you need to give yourself allowances or time, but you also need to keep some hardcore goals, and those mid goals are even more important. So if someone came to me and they didn't have any addiction problems or anything else, I might say, give yourself a hardcore goal of this of 6 months or a year. For an addict, I would get, and mid goals of like every, month. An addict, I would give smaller packets of energy. I would say you need more mid goals to keep you on track, and you need to keep those mid goals on your poster board so you can see them. By this next Wednesday, I'm supposed to have this done. And so you're keeping those pressure on yourself in a good, healthy way, and pushing that energy. Thank you so much, Robin, for that question. Anything else? Any other questions? If Robin, if this person who is addict, have them go do their goal poster with them. What is their goal? What do they want to accomplish or see happen in their life? And do it with them. And that goes back into inviting others to join in either your goal or what you want to do, or inviting them to do it with you. Even though my goals may be different from yours, we're working on all of this together. So this is a really great thing to get done this time frame while we're still all stuck at home. Any other questions or anything else that I can answer for you guys? If not, I will see you tonight on Thursday Night Live. And I'm so excited. We're going to have some great information. I've already been working on May's newsletter. So some things that are happening and changing in our planet energy wise are all coming up. And so we're working on getting that all out for you guys. If y'all have any questions or any comments, please put them on the side. And then you can also sign up on the side for the newsletter. So you can put that in there, and the newsletter will be coming out May 1st. So I'm so excited. I'm so thankful you joined me today, and I know we'll be talking soon. Bye.